I was thinking about it since yesterday. I kind of feel like I shortchanged Tiffany Thiessen a little bit. Because a lot of people don't give actors credit when they're on the small screen. Because for most people, if you're not in movies or like big productions, then you're not really acting. And I know that I've heard and read that when you do a teen show, which Saved by the Bell and Saved by the Bell the New Class, and even Beverly Hills 90210 to some extent, was considered are considered teen shows. So they say like, oh, that's like below other stuff. But I just wanted to highlight her because well, for one, she's a really good actress and she's a really nice person, I think, because I've seen her do a lot of good stuff. And yeah, she's a really good actress and everything, and she doesn't get her credit. So, but she was great on Saved by the Bell and Saved by the Bell in the college years, and she was good on Beverly Hills 90210 too. But okay, Saved by the Bell in 1989 ish, or 1988. They started out with "Good Morning, Miss Bliss," which if you look at Saved by the Bell, they consider it the first season, but you can tell the cast is a little different because there's a bunch of actors on the first one that aren't on Saved by the Bell. But and then 1989, that's when they started with Saved by the Bell with Mark Pogosler, Tiffani Thiessen, Locke Voorhees, Elizabeth Berkley, and Dennis Haskins as Mr. Belding. But yeah, she played popular cheerleader Kelly Kapowski, and uh, yeah, but Saved by the Bell hit some major topics back in the day. I mean, they talked about inclusion to some extent. And they talked about how differences in different people. And they talked about drunk driving, you know, drug, not using drugs. Uh, they, they did a lot of stuff that for teenagers and young people growing up, and it was a big deal. And yeah, and the funniest episode, okay, it's not so much funny as kind of they were trying to target don't use caffeine pills, but it's called Jesse's Song, and Tiffani Thiessen was in it too. But they focused on her because she was a straight A student. Jessie Spano was a straight A student, so she had a lot of pressure to do well on her SATs and her finals to get into a good school. That's all she wanted, to get into a good school. And then the means that she tried to go to get what she wanted, and that was taking the caffeine pills to stay awake to study all night. And of course, everyone tells her, don't do it, don't do it. She does it anyway, so then she has to take a rest and all this stuff, and so I say it's funny because today that would be the equivalent of saying don't take notos. You know, but oh, okay. Talking about Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Thiessen as Kelly Kapowski and as Valerie Malone on Beverly Hills 90210. Okay, so she's done with being Kelly Kapowski, so then she moves over to Beverly Hills 90210 as the bad girl, Valerie Malone. So her first episode, she's supposed to become from New York, okay? And then she says, all these people, they don't do anything. They don't know how to party. So then the first episode, she's shown like simulated taking drugs. um, I mean, it's not funny, but taking Kelly Kapowski to that. Anyway, so then you know, um, the sad part was, or it comes out, more of her story comes out. She's a bad girl, but she has a past, but not in the way you think. It's because she didn't have a father figure because her father committed suicide because he had been abusing her since she was a kid. And she knew it, but her mother apparently didn't know it. She was played by Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas, Abby Malone. I don't know if her name was different, but yeah. So apparently they did the storyline like her mother didn't know what her father had been doing. So there was that. And then let's see what else. Oh, just that she tried to fit in, and you could see like signs of her being like a good girl kind of, but it was like hidden because there was a storyline where she meets this new actor, which nobody knows about him, and you know, and then they fall in love as much as they can, and what breaks him up is that he says, "Well, if I was just a carpenter, or yeah, would you still love me?" And she says, "I don't know." So then he's like, "Hey, if you don't love me for me, then it's not gonna work." And she says, "Well, I guess it's not gonna work," but that was one of the times where I could really feel her emotion. Like she was really sad they broke up. So yeah, and yeah, she's done other stuff since then, but I can't really comment on that because I didn't watch the other shows. I mean, I heard after that she was on White Collar, but I never knew she was on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't watch. And she's done now. She's done Lifetime movies every now and then, and I know she did a Christmas movie on Lifetime, and so uh, she's still great. And she had a cooking show for a while too on I think it was on Food Network or one of those. So she's branched out, and yeah, like I said, she's still a great actress and still a great philanthropist to me. So um, yeah, okay. I just wanted to give her a full video. Um, all right.